Brighton TV, and this is a match preview for Brighton vs Wolves, and we really need to start playing better. Tuesday just wasn't good enough. The players weren't good enough, minus Bruno. Everybody was so poor, and it was only 5 weeks ago when we beat Palace and we looked amazing, and then the week later we ended up going to Wembley. The fact that now our players look so out of confidence, it's just so frustrating for the fans, since we were playing so well a few weeks ago, and then just now we've just not scored in 5 games, lost all 5 of them games, and it looks like nobody's playing well. Nobody knows how to play football. It's as if they've just came from League One to the Premier League. No, we've been in the Premier League for over a year, and we've beat the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal. We are capable of winning games. It's just the players, whether they're confident enough and whether they want to play or not. So that's just a problem which the players have to now start playing better, because we need at least a point from this game in order to keep ourselves looking like we can stay up, since survival is in our own hands. We have a game in hand over Cardiff and we have more points over than Cardiff. It's in our own hands and we just can't mess this up. This is a lot like a couple of years ago in the Championship. Everything was in our own hands. We took 1 point in our last 3 games, which meant we didn't win the league. We can't do that again. We need to do better, since we are capable of doing a lot of things. Earlier, before December, we looked amazing. We were doing so well, and then the confidence of all the players just went, which is so bad, since the players were so confident. Like, these players are more than capable of beating most of the teams in the Premier League if they're confident enough. And they want to play, but now they look like they have no confidence and they just don't want to play, which is so poor. Since a team like Watford, we've done really well against, not Watford, Wolves, sorry. We've done really well against them. We won our last 3 games against them, so we are capable of beating them. Like earlier on in the season, we won 1-0, and it wasn't a great game. It was a really scruffy game, and we have to start doing that now in this end of the season. We need the points. It doesn't matter whether we play amazing football or we play Route 1. We just need the points. The points is what determines whether we're a Premier League side next year or whether we're a Championship side. We need the points right now. And I just think Wolves, they haven't been on a good run either. They've lost their last 2 games, including losing a 2-goal lead in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. So they're heartbroken about that. And Southampton, it just looked like they still haven't got over that yet. So hopefully they're still on a poor run of that, and we just can go and take advantage of that. And we just need to start playing really well, since they're strikers. And this is something which I think we should do. Play 2 up top. Jimenez and Jota, they're amazing. They've set the Premier League, proven just how good a promoted side can be just by a couple of transfers, and how confidence can do something. Since Wolves, they're incredible. I've never seen a team do something like this from getting promoted. So we can do something like Wolves. It's just whether we have the confidence, and the players, they're more than capable. It's just whether they're confident enough and whether they're up for this challenge, which they were early on in the season. They just need to bring that spirit back now, and it's just depending where we can do it or not. And I just think the players, they just need to start defending better. Our defence has been really poor recently, and this is the same defence which was so resolute against teams like United, against teams like Arsenal last season, and even this season, even though it was 2 goals against United. 1 was a penalty and 1 was just one which not that many keepers could have saved. So now the fact that our defence hasn't been as resolute is a bit of a worry, and I just think we need to change some things. Like on Tuesday, I thought a player like Pascal Gross, he played well, but he doesn't look match fit, and we can't rush players into this match if they're not match fit, since if they're forced to get subbed, that won't be good. And if they get injured for the rest of the season, then that could be a difference between us staying up and us getting relegated. So in goal, I actually would drop Ryan. He just hasn't been looking great since he came back from the Asian Cup. So I'd drop him and put Button on. Since when he came into the side, he looked really well. So I don't know why he got dropped. He did a couple of good saves against United and Liverpool in that January. So I think Button will be able to get back and keep the defence back in control, since some of the goals Brighton's been conceding recently is just some saves which you expected him to make before, and I think Button just needs to be in defence. So Bernardo, obviously, main choice left back. Bong just cannot play this match. And I would play Bruno, but since he played in midweek against Cardiff, I just don't think he, at his age, he will be able to play 2 games in a week. So Montoya would replace Bruno. And Duffy, I just think has to be. But Dunk, I think recently he's been looking so shaky. And Dan Burn, he did amazing in the FA Cup. I don't know what Chris Hughton has been doing not to give him a chance. And I think he should get the chance. And if you need to, maybe turn to 5 at the back. So then you can defend against the 2 strikers of Wolves. Because then you get the freedom of wing backs, and I think a player like Bernardo and Montoya, they'll do so much better as wing backs, since then they can push forward and get balls into the box, which they look like so good at early on in the season, and they are still good at it. They're the exact same player which they were earlier. It's just the confidence, and that's just a massive thing in football, so we just need the confidence to come back. And in midfield, I'd say Stevens, since Chris Hughton looks like he really enjoys Stevens. But I don't think as a holding midfielder, no, he's not a good one. He's good in a partnership with some players like Fopper, and in the Championship, Kyle. And I think Kyle, he plays so well when he plays for us. He plays so much. He's so passionate for this club. I think play Stevens and Kyle, let them try and dominate the midfield again, and I think play proper as the position which Gross would play. And he plays there for Netherlands. When I saw a couple of games he played for them, he plays really well in the number 10 role, so I don't know why Chris Hughton's never tried him there, since he plays really well there. And in the wings, I think Izquierdo, right now he looks a bit tired and he does need surgery in the summer. But the one thing which he does do is scares defenders because of his pace. And he might be a player who can't do much the game, but he might take 2 players out, which basically makes it 9 versus 10. And I think he does have the chances. And like last season especially, he'd be the player. He isn't great. He just has the pace to be able to make us counter-attack, which this season recently we just haven't been able to do. And on the right side, I would put Solly March. He's come from our academy and he just loves this club. I just think play him, and Jahanbakhsh just doesn't look. He doesn't look good at all recently. We just can't risk in a type of game like this, like Tottenham we have in a couple of days. Like we can't win that as easily as this game. So we have to play the best side for the games which we can get points from. So place March instead of Jahanbakhsh, since Jahanbakhsh has been looking awful recently. One over Murray, because I just think in the system we will probably play against Wolves, they'll have more of the ball, so we'll play more of a counter-attacking system, and I just don't think Murray will be playing well in a system like that. So play Andone, since he's quicker, and he'll be, I think, more chances of him going into the Wolves defence because of his pace. He'll be able to latch onto a loose ball, which Murray won't be able to do. And then he gives more of a threat, since we can't score if we don't have a single shot on target. Like Bournemouth in the first half, apparently we did good, but then we didn't have a single shot on target. So you can't score without taking a shot on target, and that's what we need to do. And I just think Murray, he does do that, but if you play a single isolated striker, they're not going to be able to get a loose ball all the time. But Andone, he'll be able to, since he's faster, while Murray isn't as fast as that. He's more of a target man, while Andone can go in behind. So I just think he'll be able to make another chance, which Murray won't. And hopefully that other chance, he'll be able to take that, since we need to be able to go get the goals, because recently we haven't been looking like scoring, and I just think we need somebody to play in behind, and if not Andone, maybe even Locadia, since Locadia, he looked good against Millwall when he came on, so why not try him? I think Locadia is a good striker. He just needs to come back into his zone, and I think against Wolves he could be able to do that. So my score predictions for this match, it's going to be 1-1. I think Jimenez is going to score. He's such an amazing player for them. So Jimenez to score. And I think Andone, he hopefully he gets that chance and he goes and takes it, because we really need that chance Don't forget to like and subscribe to Brighton TV and follow us on Instagram. Up the Albion.